First, could they take everybody's guns? I doubt it, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible that this place could do what it did when they confiscated people's gold. Told the people to turn in their gold in exchange for paper money. Do it or else go to jail is what they told the people. Before I show you what the disturbance is about the disguise described as gun control, let me suggest that instead of institutionalizing gun control, ban crime. Make committing crimes illegal. Instead of gun control, make it illegal to go crazy. They should put laws on the books that prevents people from going crazy in the first place.
He's got good brains.
That's the direction these laws are headed in. Extreme. Like with the red flag laws that says you're too crazy to have a gun even before you even commit a crime. Or the mental health talk. Are they not diagnosing kids at an early age with these various mental disorders and logging them into some super file? Do you know that poverty has been connected to mental illness? So it could turn out that if you live in the wrong zip code, you could be deemed too crazy to have a gun, or at least high risk. And I know that's a stretch, but I'm looking at how they're really hammering and pushing this mental illness thing.
And if guns weren't as available?
I think there's a lot of reason to believe that fewer people would die from guns. I mean, the presence of a gun in the home really elevates the chances that the gun owner will commit suicide.
That psychopath there, that mindset, you heard him about suicide. He's concerned about guns even being in the home. This is what concerns the pro-gun rights people. That mindset right there. Place a restriction here, place another restriction there. Next thing you know, you can't have a gun in your house. This proposed ban on high-capacity magazines reminds me of about maybe 8 years ago, when these groups out here was concerned about obesity in America. So they started pressuring these fast food restaurants, blaming these restaurants for being part of the problem. And I guess in a seemingly considerate gesture, I think it was McDonald's who offered to stop selling supersized drinks. Because we all know that nobody can just buy 2 drinks. Especially after McDonald's attempts to recoup the losses by lowering the price on smaller size sodas, right?
The overwhelming majority are actually suicides. Approximately 20,000 or so people die by suicide every year, by gun suicide every year. A lot of the people who die by gun suicide are actually older white people who live in rural areas, isolated older people who have guns around. Alaska in particular has a really severe gun suicide problem.
Instead of restricting guns, let's put restrictions on people becoming old and white. Let's make it illegal to live in Alaska or any other rural area after you reach a certain age. Get too old and you got to relocate to the city or else. Banning high-capacity magazines would end mass shootings quicker because there's never been a case of a mass shooter reloading his weapon, right? Or in other words, I haven't heard anything from the anti-gun people that would stop people from going crazy. Now, if it's just about curbing gun violence to make everybody safe, then why did State Rep of Connecticut, Jillian Gilchrist, raise the price of ammunition by 50%?
Who dies in gun violence in the United States?
So for all the attention that mass shootings get, and they deserve that attention, they're really horrifying incidents, only about 2% of people who die by gun in the United States die by mass shootings.
Only 2%, but seek to grab everybody's gun. That makes no sense at all, unless the end game is to get everybody's guns. Or make it to where a person would need to be in a perceived higher social status, with the perfect record, never been suspended from school or nothing.